One of the #1 questions we get is what trail camera to use, okay? And that has so many answers because it's so situationally dependent, okay? But we are on a quest. The quest is for the best public land trail camera, and a lot of times that means the cheapest. In this box right here are some of the cheapest. All right, so when I say cheap, I mean inexpensive, not the worst or just terriblest. These, let's see. This is an unboxing, okay? So let's open the box. Moultries. That's what we're gonna have in here.
What kind of trees?
The mole ones.
Oh.
Like the thing right there. Oh, look at here. All right, let's get rid of this box. This is the A900i and the A900 from Moultrie. I found this from a reputable source online, and it's been there for a couple months for $63 for this bundle. This one here runs between $89 and $99. The main difference in these two cameras is going to be that this is a red flash and this is a infrared flash. So let's just take a look at them.
What do you mean by bundle?
So the bundle means it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 batteries and a 16 gigabyte SD card and a camera, which is a pretty good deal, honestly. I mean, batteries are stupid expensive, especially with the current state of things. And of course, SD cards are expensive as well, especially when you buy them in the trail camera department. Little tip, go over to the camera stuff over at the technology section of Walmart, buy your SD cards there. They're cheaper on that side of the store. But these are good looking cameras. Look about the same body, I think. Different color. This one has a lighter color camouflage. This one has a darker color camouflage. Pretty compact. They're gonna do about the same thing. I think they're gonna have the same, let's read some stats here. Okay, so the A900, which has a visible flash. A900i does not have a visible flash. So these are the stats that it says on the back. Trigger speed's the same at 0.4 seconds. That's going to depend a lot on batteries, what type of batteries you use, how cold it is, all that kind of stuff. So you probably can't hold that to just being a fact stated. But I would imagine, especially since talking to Moultrie about what type of batteries they have in here, these are high-end these are high-end alkaline batteries. So not the lithiums, not the really expensive ones, but really good alkaline batteries. And I would imagine that's what they're getting their stats off of from their Moultrie batteries. That right there, on the 900, what's that say right there?
70 feet for the detection range and 70 feet for the flash range as well, which is a good thing, right?
That's a good thing. This one is the dark, or no flash, right? So it has the dark mode, infrared, 60 feet for detection range and 60 feet for flash range. So here's the thing you might not think about a lot when you're thinking about inexpensive trail cameras, okay? Those are kind of going to be the delineating factor, is the ones you can see the flash and the ones you can't see the flash. If you want performance, you might go with the one you can see the flash, right? Because with this, you're relying on infrared light, which is just not as reliable, right? You could end up with more blown out images if something's up close. And in general, it's just not going to reach as far. So it could pay to go with the one that actually has the visible flash. You know, I mean, what's the practical difference in those two as far as deer goes?
Well, so this camera would have the potential of spooking deer easier than this one. I think that it just depends on the deer and its characteristic traits or the way that it behaves. A lot of times you'll see deer that just don't pay much attention to it, and sometimes you'll see deer that before the camera even goes off, they're wigged out because they see the camera. You know, they don't even have to see the flash. So it just kind of depends on what the deer is that you're looking to kill in that area and how he behaves in according to these cameras, I guess.
But when you're hanging cameras on public land, more often than not, if you're smart about what you're doing, you're going to hang the camera up out of the view of the deer anyways, probably more for theft prevention than anything else, right?
Yeah.
So if you are going to hang a camera at 7-8 foot high anyways, what's it going to hurt to have a flash, right? Because it doesn't spook the deer to have the light on it. It just spooks it if it sees the light, you know? Or, you know, you can hang this thing perpendicular to the trail as opposed to, you know, if you point the thing right down the barrel at the trail, or I guess this one, right down the barrel at the trail, that deer is going to be able to see that red flash when it goes off. Another bad thing about that too is that almost every trail camera I've ever dealt with has a little bit of a tick or sound when it triggers, and you just don't want that at ear level for a deer, because I think a lot of times when people are seeing deer get spooked on camera, it's that sound more than it is the side of the flash.
We think we've seen that before on some of our cameras. Is like there's no really reason that deer should be spooked, but it's getting real weird because of some of the sounds that are going off, I guess. So
yeah. What else is I just noticed on this is on the box, but Moultrie is really amping up their mobile game. They actually released the Delta trail camera recently, which we're going to have a ton of those to check out and to mess with and find all kinds of deer cellularly. So we're going to mess with those later, and that's what the MoultrieMobile app is going to work in accordance with. However, if you look on the back here, it says MoultrieMobile compatible. Well, if this isn't a cell camera, how does that work? Apparently they sell a modem, or whatever you want to call this thing, cellular field modem, that you can hook up one of these cameras and make it a cell camera if you want to. So if you got some of these laying around, or if you think that maybe not, I don't know, you can always add that later. But what's real cool about the app is that you actually are allowed to store your photos in the cloud, as opposed to trying to keep up with them on your desktop or whatever. So it's really nice to be able to not have to organize all that and just have them in an app somewhere. But
sure,
I think these are really good options. What do you think about them?
I like what we're going to be able to do with these. There's a 2-year warranty, it looks like, as well. So there's something for you guys out there that are running cameras. It looks like 30 megapixels is what it says.
Which, honestly, that number hardly means anything.
Yeah.
That's the way the business works. You can assume with 30 megapixels that you're probably getting an actual 10 megapixel, probably
half of that or whatever. Yeah.
So it's still probably going to make a pretty clear image.
And we'll be able to test these soon. We're going to test these cameras, and you can see that video soon if this is later down the road. And we're going to also put the run through on the cell cams as well.
That's right. So we're going to check out the Deltas and see how they compare and stuff. But those should be pretty slick. But either way, I think if you're looking for an inexpensive public land option, man, you can hardly beat these Moultrie A-Series, especially the 900 bundle right here, because you can find this at almost any retailer that you have near your house and get a quality camera plus batteries and a card for little or nothing, and not have to run all over the store and go get that sucker set out in the woods and taking pictures of big bucks.